Hi everyone, my name is Collum and I am so honored to have you joining me here today for this Wonder of God Wednesday. Wherever you are, thank you so much for being here. Collectively as a church, we have been reading through the Bible in 2021 and we have a whole reading plan laid out for you on our website underneath the resources. If you would like to dive in, it's not too late. Please join us. Currently, it is August 4th and we are reading in the book of Isaiah, and specifically we're reading chapters 31 through 35. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So please feel free to follow along. The book of Isaiah is intense, especially the chapters that we're reading today. This is a big fat warning from Isaiah to the leaders of Jerusalem who have broken their covenant with God and are being very corrupt. They're oppressing the poor. They are committing idolatry. They've broken their covenant with the Lord. And so Isaiah is coming to them and saying, hey, you've broken this covenant and the wrath of the Lord will come upon you if you don't get it together. And there's some very intense language used here, and I just wanted to read you guys just a little bit of it so you kind of understand what I'm talking about. What I'm going to read is from chapter 34, and it says, "Come near, you nations, and listen. Pay attention, you peoples. Let the earth hear and all that is in it in the world and all that comes out of it. The Lord is angry with all nations. His wrath is on all their armies. He will totally destroy them. He will give them over to slaughter. Their slain will be thrown out. Their bodies will stink. The mountains will be soaked with their blood. All the stars in the sky will be dissolved and the heavens rolled up like a scroll. All the starry host will fall, like withered leaves from the vine, like shriveled figs from the fig tree." Yeesh! Woo! That is some intense language. But the interesting thing about this that stuck out to me so much is that I actually think that this warning is just coming from a place of love. This reminds me of certain situations that we may experience in our life where we run from God. We run as far as we possibly can. And sometimes we have those people who really and deeply care for us. And they say, hey, where are you going? Why are you running? You can't outrun the Lord. And sometimes I think we get annoyed with our friends or our family or the people who care about us that are pointing out these things. You know, nobody wants to be told that they're living their life wrong. But I think that it actually takes an amazing amount of courage and an amazing amount of love for someone to be able to look at them and say, I care about you. Please don't go down this path. And I think that's exactly what the prophet Isaiah is doing here. And I think we have a healthy fear for the Lord where these things are possible to be said to us. And redemption from them is also possible, which is amazing. And we can actually see that in the very next chapter where we almost see a complete 360 done. So I'm going to read to you from chapter 35 now. And it says this: "The desert and the parched land will be glad. The wilderness will rejoice and blossom. Like the crocus, it will burst into bloom. It will rejoice greatly, and it will shout for joy. The glory of Lebanon will be given to it, the splendor of Carmel and Sharon. They will see the glory of the Lord, the splendor of our God. Strengthen the feeble hands, steady the knees that give way. Say to those with fearful hearts, be strong, do not fear, your God will come. He will come with vengeance, with divine retribution. He will come to save you." So we can see this message of hope in the very next chapter. What a total 360, right? And I just hope that this can be somewhat of an encouragement for you, that whether you're the friend that's pointing out the fault maybe in someone that you care about, and you're saying, hey, come back to the righteous path that the Lord has for you. Or maybe you're the person that the friend might be looking at and saying, hey, I want you to come back to the righteous path that the Lord has for you. I just hope that this can be encouraging, that no matter where you are, no matter who you are, what situation you're in, that there is always hope. And sometimes it takes a little bit of tough love for us to kind of get our heads straight and think clearly, but there's still hope at the end of the day for you, for me, and for all of our brothers and sisters in Christ. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and thank you for joining me.